Information now, a judge has dismissed the case against Henrico County Police Officer Tim Grant Million III. Million was charged with voluntary manslaughter after he shot and killed a man on I-64 in 2021. Our Melissa Hippolyte's live now to detail the moments in court right after the case was dismissed. And Melissa, you also talked to Officer Million afterward.
Yes, we did. And Leland, it was an emotional scene in court after the judge announced his decision. Officer Million turned to one of his attorneys and gave him a big bear hug. His mother broke down into tears, and his father actually fell to the floor on his knees. Officer Grant Million waited for nearly a year, wondering if he would go to jail.
There are nights that I don't sleep. I didn't sleep last night. I haven't slept a good full 8 hours in over a year.
Wednesday morning, he heard the words he waited for. What he had done while on the job was not illegal in the eyes of the court.
The rush of emotion that I felt come over me, and then getting hugged by Mr. Nickel here was probably the best feeling I've felt in the last year and a half since this incident has occurred.
A grand jury indicted Million with voluntary manslaughter nearly a year ago after he shot and killed Tony Singleton on the side of I-64 on November 6 of 2021.
Driver, put your hands out the window!
This is the body camera footage from Officer Million's camera that has never been publicly released. We are choosing not to show the moment Singleton is shot. In the video, you can see Million yelling commands, Singleton getting out of the car, Officer Million pushing Singleton, and then shooting him. Commonwealth's Attorney Shannon Taylor argued Million's use of force was not reasonable or justified. She wanted a jury to decide if they felt the body camera footage and witness statements actually proved Singleton reached for his knife, prompting Million to shoot him.
If things are not clear cut, and one side is saying the version is X and the other side is saying the version is Y, that is clearly a matter for the fact finder to receive all the evidence and make their determination with respect to the law.
But Million's attorneys, Peter Baruch and Edward Nickel, argued deadly force was the only choice Million had after Singleton failed to comply with his commands and, according to the defense, reached for this large knife in his waistband. Judge Joseph Ellis tossed the case before it went to a jury, saying the Commonwealth had not shown enough evidence to prove Million committed voluntary manslaughter.
The judge saw the evidence for what it was. The Commonwealth couldn't prove their case.
Million, who wanted to make it clear to the public that he is a gay biracial officer, says he hopes to return to work as a Henrico police officer and inspire others like him to enter the profession.
I love the fact that when I get to go to recruiting events and I get to share my story with them, that it promotes people who are like, oh my gosh, I never thought I could go into law enforcement, but now I'm seeing this officer, I'm seeing a few other officers. It really motivates people.
Now, the Henrico County Police Department is still conducting its internal investigation to see if any policies were violated. In the meantime, Officer Million remains on paid administrative leave.